Hi everyone, Teresa Gregorio of Canary Knits coming to you with a Rhinebeck recap video for 2015. This is the fourth year that I've gone, the fourth recap video I've done, and I thought I would do something slightly different this year. Now the first 2 years I went, so 2011 and 2013, I pretty much just showed you guys a little bit of what I bought and a little bit of my experience there. Last year, 2014, I shared a pretty extensive tips list, and then this year I thought, why not share with you what makes me go back each year to Rhinebeck? I mean, I've been there 4 times now, and I'm pretty sure I'm going to be going next year as well. And I want to share with you why, what keeps drawing me back. So it is a beautiful part of the country. The entire experience is wonderful, going down there and seeing all the landscape and how wonderful that part of the country is. There's delicious food, there's wonderful cheeses that you can get there, there's all of the wonderful animals that you get to see, but I think above all, the most powerful thing that draws me there is something that I started to sort of ponder about a week or two before Rhinebeck this year. I think it was Bristol Ivy who tweeted something about her Rhinebeck sweater, and she raised a question, mostly seriously, but maybe also a little jokingly, about what constituted a Rhinebeck sweater, like if it counted or not. If I think, for example, if someone else knit the sweater for you, is it still your Rhinebeck sweater? Just for example. So I started thinking about that and how important Rhinebeck and the Rhinebeck sweater and the entire experience is to knitters, maybe specifically North American knitters, maybe specifically Eastern North American knitters, but it's part of a cultural expression that we engage with. And of course, part of that is belonging, right? It's always wonderful to feel as though you belong to something. And so the entire experience of going to Rhinebeck, of engaging in that tradition, of whatever you deem that to be, if that's the sweater, if that's getting those apple cider donuts, if in my case it's that cheese, if it's seeing those animals, engaging with that, seeing all those people that perhaps you don't see on a frequent basis, returning to a place that, for me at least, is relatively far away. You know, it's kind of a journey that I get to go on, an epic journey each year. I happen to enjoy the process of that journey, so that keeps me coming back, because there are certain things that Rhinebeck offers that I can find similar things to in other festivals. I've been to Vogue Knitting Live, I've been to TNNA, there's a couple of local yarn festivals as well. But Rhinebeck is special. It has those extra bits of tradition that I enjoy engaging with. Perhaps you do too, perhaps there's some other kind of definition that you engage with. The knitting culture that we participate in has all sorts of different layers that we can engage with, and those are the ones that I like. So that's what keeps me coming back, and that's what's going to draw me back next year too. I want to engage with that, I want to be part of that, I want to wrap myself in that entire wonderful feeling that I get going to Rhinebeck. So that's why I go, that's why I'm going to keep going back. And one tip I want to share with you guys, something new that I learned this year, is we stayed in Rhinecliff. We were very lucky to get a small cottage very close to Rhinebeck which is almost right on the Hudson River. So it's on the same side. It's about a 7-minute drive away, and it is, I think it's south of Rhinebeck, which means that you approach the fairgrounds entrance from a different direction than probably most other people who are coming over the bridge. So both days, we just drove right in. We did not have to wait in a line of cars to get in there. Parking was smooth. It was fantastic. So that is my tip from 2015, is to stay not only on the east side of the river, but to try and stay south, or at least try to approach the fairgrounds from the south side instead of the north side. Fun tip. Okay, so the rest of my video is just going to be showing you guys some of the fun things that I got to pick up. And going in, I thought I wouldn't bring very much back this year, but the plans changed. I brought a lot back. So let's see, the first thing I purchased was this bag, very cute little owl bag. There you go. Because one cannot have enough of these. So he has the front And then he also has the back, which looks like it might be upside down. So there you go. First purchase, cute little bag, cute little zipper. And on I believe the first day, I also got a couple of books from Cooperative Press. If you can believe it, I never had a copy of Doomsday Knits, so I picked up one of those. And I picked up a second copy of Market Yourself by Tara Swagger. Now, the reason I picked up a second copy is I used the first copy a few years ago when I bought it, maybe 2 or 3 years ago when I bought it, and it's a workbook, essentially. So it has all sorts of different sections for you to fill out, for example, like this. Right, so you fill this out with your answers, and it helps me to get a clearer vision of who I am, what I do, what I want to share with people, what my strengths are, what I can improve. So instead of going back and erasing all my old answers, I thought I would get a fresh copy and then redo this. So books, bag. I also, on the first day, went to the open house for Jill Draper, which was across the river in Kingston. It was a nice little drive at night that we went over, and I picked up 2 different yarns. One of the things I decided I was going to quest for this year was the perfect red yarn, and I happened to find some at Jill Draper. So I picked up 2 hanks of this beautiful Hudson in Vamp, the Vamp colorway. I suspect this video is not doing this red justice. It is absolutely fantastically gorgeous. Wonderful red. So I'm looking forward to knitting this up. I'm not quite sure what it will be yet. My current obsession is crop tops. So you see a little bit of the one I'm wearing here. This one is in Maple Creek Farms Norfolk yarn. I'm not sure you can get it online, but I buy it at Rhinebeck. That's where I pick up this beautiful yarn. And this is, but I think it's about 6.5 stitches to the inch. So this Jill Draper, a little bit heavy for that purpose, but we'll see. I might rewrite the pattern in a heavier weight just to make it more versatile. This pattern will be coming out in the spring of next year, so I'm going to be testing it and trying to make it as absolutely perfect as possible. So back to the yarn. Okay, the second thing I got at Jill Draper is, I'm not even going to try to pronounce this because the woman I bought it from, she pronounced it a different way than I was saying it in my head. So I will show you the label. There you go. And the color is Cobalt. It is this beautiful blue. Look at that. Possibly the most perfect blue that you ever did see. And I got 3 hanks of these beauties. So that was Jill Draper's open house on the first day. On the second day, oh, one more thing on the first day. I got another hank of this Angora yarn, and I think it was Oasis Angora Farms, something like that. I got one of these and a gray one last year, so possibly crop top. This is, it looks like it's about the right weight for it. So that's what that may become. Okay, day 2. Day 2, I picked up a generous amount of yarn. Maybe because my eyes were just attuned to seeing different gradient kits. It seemed like everybody had these gradient kits, and I am an absolute sucker for them. So I got 2 of those. The first one I picked up was from Neighborhood Fiber Co. It is this beauty. There you go. Okay, so we have, it goes from this beautiful yellow in through these oranges, blue, and then this very warm sort of purple, which personally I find challenging. Purple is not usually my color, but this is gorgeous. I'm trying to see if there is a color number for you, a color name for you. No, but it is the Yipes Stripes Kit. I'll show you a bit of that label there. Also not sure what this is going to become. Maybe a crop top. I still have never found myself an absolute satisfactory colorwork yoke sweater. That might be what that becomes. The other gradient kit I picked up was from Dragonfly Fibers. Oh, look at that. I'm sorry about the reflection there. Look at that. And I'm sure you will not be shocked to hear that this gradient kit is called Starry Night. Beautiful. It is in their Dragon sock. And I thought I would do a full-length sweater for that one. Believe it or not, even I think there's maybe limits to the number of crop tops a person can have. Maybe. So that is going to be a full-length sweater, so I thought I would pick up something to complement it. So I picked up this, which I don't know if you can see the beauty of that very gentle sort of dark blues to lighter blues, very rich. Also, the same base from Dragonfly Fibers. The color is Velvet Underground. It's fantastic. Okay. So again, remember I was on that quest for the perfect red. I found more of it in Dragonfly Fibers as well. I picked this up in Damsel. It's called Dragonberry. It is extremely close color-wise to the Jill Draper Vamp that I picked up. I'll show you side by side. Pretty close. Yeah. But this one is a lighter weight. Got two of them. So again, possibly a full-length sweater. We'll see. Okay, I'm almost done. All right, so Into the World was pretty packed. So we got into the booth the second day. It was still, it wasn't as sold out as it was last year. There was still plenty of yarn to look at. But this one, actually the woman I went with, my friend I went with this year, bought the very same yarn. But that's okay, right? I mean, you can copy, right? Imitation, flattery, etc. I'm not going to even try to pronounce the name of this colorway, but I will show you the tag. There we go. And look at this beauty. A fantastic rainbow of color. Look at that. Not sure what this will become, but I'm sure you won't be surprised to say I'm thinking crop top. Two more. Okay. The previous years, I'm sure I've mentioned Miss Babs to you and how wild that booth is, consistently wild. The first day we showed up there at about 10 o'clock, and as we drove down the road to get to the front gate, you could see the line going out the back of one of the buildings, which was either to get into the booth for Miss Babs or to pay. It was pretty wild the whole time. It was packed when we went. My stalwart friend, Kate, who came with me, helped me to get into that booth. And I did get a look around, and I can understand the attraction to the colors. There's just so much choice, so much option, and they're all so rich and beautiful. I picked up two, and I'm very much looking forward to playing around with them. And again, not sure what they are going to become, but each has fairly significant yardage. So this first one, I think it's called Reishi and Kira. Let me see. The length is 560 yards. It's pretty significant. And it's this, as you see, hopefully, fantastic combination of browns and oranges to creamy sort of yellows. Fantastic. And just one more, also from Miss Babs, Tuscany Hot Shot yarn. This one has 400 yards, slightly lighter weight than the previous one I showed you guys, but as you can see, I was on a kick. It's quite similar to the other one. Yeah. Slightly darker, but similar. So that was my haul this year. Fairly significant amounts of yarn. Mostly probably going to become crop tops. You know, we latch on to an idea and we want to ride it, right? We just want all of them. I think this is probably my 7th crop top that I've completed. So Rhinebeck, absolute success this year. My tip for this year would be to try and stay on the east side of the river and approach the fairgrounds from the south if you can. The entire thing was a wonderful experience, and it's that experience, it's that tradition, it's that engaging with this knitting culture that keeps me coming back. And I hope I've convinced some of you who are on the fence to maybe go to Rhinebeck next year as well. And hey, if you are, hit me up, man. Let's hang out. Let's grab some cheese. Let's do something fun, right? It's Rhinebeck. It's fantastic. And yeah, I wish you all a wonderful and happy Halloween, a wonderful October season, and you will see me here again about this time next year with another Rhinebeck recap video. Thanks, everyone. Bye.